everyone, I'm here today with my November reading monthly wrap-up. As you may or may not remember, I have gone back to monthly wrap-ups because I now film individual reviews for every single book I read or listen to. And so my monthly wrap-up is just a quick rundown of what I read that month and whether I think you should pick it up or whether you should go back and check the reviews that I've filmed for ones that you may have skipped over. So in the month of November, I read 7 books, which is actually pretty appalling when you allow for what it is I have actually read. So 2 of them were audiobooks, 1 was a graphic novel, 2 are novellas, and that leaves me with only 2 actual full proper novels. So November was a busy month, so I'm not gonna knock myself too hard on that, but it is a bit bad, to be honest. Although even with a bad month, it did lead to me finishing my reading goal. So I have officially now read 100 books this year. I am so impressed with myself. I didn't think I'd do it. I think the most I've ever read while keeping count over the last few years over Goodreads is about 39 in the past. So I can't believe that I managed to hit 100. I'm just so amazed with myself. So I better get down to actually talking about the books that I read. The first book was an audiobook, and that was 5 Children in It by Ines Bitt. And I gave this book 3 stars. Now, I had a few issues with this one. It's a children's classic, and for me, I couldn't get into it. I've read many children's classics in the past, for example, The Railway Children, and absolutely loved them, but I just couldn't get on with this one. And that left me a little bit disappointed, really, because I do remember watching the TV show as a child, and I really did enjoy it. So yeah, in case you're not aware, this book is about, I can't remember how many children now, a few children who are siblings, and they find a sand fairy, or a Samiad. I think it's called Samiad. You can tell I read this one at the beginning of the month and haven't refreshed myself. And this Samiad gives them 1 wish a day, but it has to be a wish shared between all of the children. And they waste their wishes on some really terrible, awful wishes. Like, I don't get why you would want to wish for some of these things. Some of them are just done by mistake because they don't think about their words, but you'd think once you get to the point where you're used to thinking about what you're saying, you would actually wish for something half decent. But no, these children wish for really none worth even remembering wishes, which is why I'm not naming any, because I can't remember any. If you want to see a full review of that audiobook, I'll link my video review down below. The second book I finished in November was Mosquito Land by David Arnold, and that's a young adult contemporary book, and I gave that 3.5 stars. I got that book from the publisher via NetGalley in return for an honest review, and at first I gave it 4 stars, and then I knocked it down to 3.5 because the ending gave me a bit of I was too rating happy with the ending, I think, and that helped redeem the book a bit because the beginning was really strong, the middle was a bit meh, and then the ending was really strong. So I don't really know how to explain what that one's about without spoiling it too much. The basic premise is that it's about a girl who doesn't like her stepmother, and a dad, you know, typical teenager, her dad's getting on her nerves, and she wants to go and find her real mum who left them a few years ago because they split up. And so she goes to go and find her, and she goes on this epic road trip journey, some of it on a bus, and that's all I'm going to say for that one. It covers many different aspects, and I think that was the main problem with the book. It covered so many serious topics, and I just got overload on it, to be honest. The third book I finished in the month of November was Camp Midnight, and that was a graphic novel by Stephen T. Seagal. I don't really know, terribly sorry. That was another book that I got off NetGalley in return for an honest review, and I have recorded a review for that one, but you will not be seeing it until April because this book doesn't come out until April the 12th. And there's no point in really mentioning what it's about right now because it's not like you can read it for ages. I gave it 4 stars. It was a good read, but I'm not going to say anything about it right now. You'll have to wait till April, I'm afraid. Then the 4th and 5th books that I read in the month of November were 2 novellas, and they were Born to Endless Night and Angels Twice Descending, and they are both by Cassandra Clare, and I've got a joint review for those 2 down below because they are books 9 and 10 in the Shadowhunter Academy novella series kind of thing that links the Mortal Instruments with the future dark artifices and also has links to the infernal devices. And I gave the first book 4 stars and the second one that I mentioned 5 stars. So I think I've given all of these like 3, 4 or 5 stars. It's definitely worth picking up, and I'll again link the review down below. The 6th book I finished was an audiobook, and that was Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, and I listened to the audiobook for this version. And it's been years since I've read this book or watched this film, and I was really pleasantly surprised that I enjoyed it as much as I did. This was a free audiobook, I think. I picked it up on Audible for free, and I just thought it was fantastic. The narrator was a bit strange at times, though. She kept breaking out into these songs, and it got a bit like, I was almost tempted to turn the volume down or skip over that bit. But other than that, absolutely brilliant. I'm losing my voice a bit, but luckily we're on the last book, and that is the 7th book, The Sister Pact by Stacey Ramey. And I gave this book 4 stars, and again I got this one from NetGalley, and a review isn't up for this one yet because I literally just finished it the other night and I've been at work pretty much since, but I will be filming a review, so a review will be up very soon. And I just thought that this was another fantastic read. It's a young adult contemporary novel about a girl whose sister commits suicide, and how they were meant to be committing suicide together, but not really, but she didn't know her sister was going to commit suicide, and it just shows you all the problems that are caused by being left behind by your sister and your daughter, and the sort of effect it has on family life. And of course it's going to break you, and this was absolutely heartbreaking in places, but I really felt like actually the subject was done really well. I don't think I've ever read a suicide novel before, and I was so pleasantly surprised with how this book handled it. I thought the author did an amazing job, and I can't wait to film my review for this one. So that's all the books I read in November. As I said, quite a pathetic list really for me. I'm hoping to have a better reading month in December, but I am doing Vlogmas this year, and I'm really excited to do that. I'm going to be vlogging every day. I vlogged yesterday, I've already vlogged a bit today. The first video will be up for this, won't be up before you even see this, and then I'm still going to be doing my normal sit-down videos Wednesday, Friday and Sunday, but I'm also doing Vlogmas. And I'm just really excited. I feel like it's a good way to feel really festive. I've got my red lipstick on to feel all nice and festive, and I've been enjoying watching other people's too. If you're doing Vlogmas, feel free to link your videos down below. I'd happily watch them because I just can't seem to get enough of watching other people's lives apparently. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're excited for Christmas, give it a thumbs up. Drop me a comment down below if you're planning on picking any of these books up, or if you've read any of them. If you want to talk about Vlogmas or Christmas or anything else, I'm just feeling all nice and festive and chatty, then just drop me a comment down below. Please subscribe if you haven't done already. I'm so close to 200 at this mark. Last time I checked I was at 198, which is really exciting. So thank you all very much, and I will see you tomorrow, technically, or even more technically in about 5 minutes when I end this video and go back to vlogging. So bye bye!